Hey, my name's Helena Boone. This is the video for student dialogue. I did mine on groupthink and conformity. One of the questions is, did we achieve true dialogue? I believe we achieved true dialogue because everyone discussed what they thought was conformity, and it didn't really turn into a debate type thing. We had people talking about the different types of conformity and the good and the bad ones. So I believe we reached true dialogue. Most of my group was from different states, so they had like a different outlook on conformity. Like we had athletes and people from band and sorority people, and so they had their different ideas on it. Most of the time we just sat there in awkward silence, so it was really weird at first, but then we had like little icebreaker games where we got to know everybody and know their name and stuff like that. A lot of the same people talked most of the time, but pretty much everybody gave an opinion or said something about it. So it was good discussion. I enjoyed the videos on conformity because it helped a lot by starting conversations, and it also got rid of most of the awkward silences. The first video was about these little kids in a class like in the 50s, and the teacher told the kids that I think it was the blue-eyed students were the superior ones, and brown-eyed students like couldn't go to recess or have snacks, and it ended up the blue-eyed kids treating the brown-eyed kids badly, and all because teacher told them that. And she eventually later on changed it, and they eventually changing it themselves. That was a good one because it showed that anybody with power or a high authority can convince like a group of people to think what they want them to think. So I found that very interesting. And it was very similar to like racism, even though it was just on eye color. The second video was about these college kids getting paid to work in a prison. Like a group of them were officers and another group were the prisoners. And it started out as them like making fun of it. Like the officers would make them do simple things like push-ups if they didn't obey them. But there was this one officer, he really got into it and actually put some of the prisoners like in solitary confinement. And it turned out later on that they had mental issues and stuff like that, and it just showed that conforming to something like that is very possible. And even though they were just college kids before, having the power made them do that. Hang on. Yeah. Sorry about that. My cat was being aggravating. Anyways. It also showed that if you give people a chance to do something, they'll conform to it and end up being that person that you tell them to be. After the videos, we talked about the different types of conformity. Like there can also be good conformity, like sororities and fraternities. You make friends and join groups of people that are like you. And I think there's a lot of that in college because like people find their group of people that they like and that are like them. So that's a good type of conformity. It also made me think about the different cultures and races like around campus, because we have so many different people. And like my roommate's parents are Indian, and it just opened my eyes to like the different types of people. What else? And also there, the obvious bad conformities like drugs, alcohol, underage drinking, stuff like that, parties. So, not all parties are bad, but most of them are in college. And we also talked about like those bad conformities, to stay away from them if we want to be successful. My role, I gave a few examples, like my roommate, and we gave an example in high school. Like when I was in marching band, one of my friends like kind of conformed to like the tuba section, and the tuba section was like the bad section. And he used to be nice, and then he joined the tuba section and turned out bad. What else? So I talked a little bit during the student dialogue, and there were mostly like active voices, like a lot of the same people talked pretty much, and I think pretty much everybody gave an opinion, so it was good. And I believe that the student dialogue was important because it shows us that people are just going to have different views in college, and some of us are going to have the same views, and it gave us a chance to talk about college life and how conformity fits into it. And it also showed me that there are good types of conformity, because I always looked at conformity as being bad, but there are some good examples, like sororities and stuff like that. So this was my student dialogue video, and that's it. Thanks. Bye.